Do you sometimes feel that you would really like to listen more deeply to the signals of your body, but it seems like you just can't? There is something limiting your ability to feel your body in more detail. Well, in that case, you are not alone, and today I will explain what happens in the nervous system when we try to listen more deeply to the signals of our body. And with this understanding, you will more easily be able to move forwards on your path of self-exploration within the framework of your body. Welcome to my channel Wake Up and Feel, where we explore what health is and where it comes from. My name is Torunn Lien. I am an intuitive medical doctor, very excited to share with you today's topic. What happens when the danger alarm goes off? How can we navigate that and bring ourselves back into safety when we are exploring our bodies at a deeper level? Before we dive into the episode, make sure to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss out on any episode that can not only transform your individual health, but also our collective health. At the end of the episode, I will share with you a short practice where we will practice the principles that we will first try to understand. So make sure to watch to the end of the episode to get the full benefit. Okay, so today's topic: safety, danger, what is happening in the nervous system when we explore ourselves, and why might the danger alarm go off. We will also elaborate on what the danger alarm is so that you understand that. So, first of all, human beings can be in two different states. A little bit simplified, but for the sake of understanding our nervous system, it is two different states. It's either safety or danger. And when we are safe, all the cellular processes in our bodies are in the favor of healing. When we are in danger, all the cellular processes in our body are in favor of survival. So in this exploration of health and how to improve our health, it is very important that we know how to put ourselves in safety, this state where the cells are automatically regenerating and healing. So it might be that you think, you believe that you are safe, and maybe also you are safe, but in your body some process is going on because there is some danger alarm going off under the radar. And it's very essential to detect when this is happening if you want to get the full benefit of the practices you are doing. So I'm gonna draw a quick map to make this more like systematic and easy for you to understand. Safety. This is the rest and digest, or the parasympathetic part of your nervous system. This is where you want to be most of the time. This is where, as I said, healing happens naturally, spontaneously. Then, due to some signals, they can be either outer from our surroundings or inner from inside our body. Outer or inner. Outer or inner signals can turn on the danger alarm. So we move from safety to danger. This can also be called the fight or flight, or the sympathetic part of your nervous system. So when the danger alarm is going off, we might respond in two different ways. We can go into tension, or we can go into collapse. So, when you are practicing some kind of embodiment practice or any kind of practice where you are trying to connect to the signals of your body, the danger alarm might go off. And this might sound a little bit like counterintuitive. Why is danger alarm going off? I'm just sitting here meditating, or I'm doing this relaxing yoga practice. But actually, when we do these practices, we start accessing information from our bodies and we start being able to feel again things that we have kept suppressed under the radar for maybe most of our lives, until that episode or those series of episodes happened when we learned that these feelings should not be felt or should not be expressed, like in our upbringing. So we have learned to kind of push down or not feel certain feelings or certain sensations in our bodies. So when we then calm down and move our awareness to our bodies, the danger alarm goes off, because this has been pushed under the surface for such a long time. So we don't even know what's going to happen when we start feeling these things again. So then it can be a very good thing to recognize when certain things are happening in the practice, that this is a sign that the danger alarm is going off. And then to progress in your practice, you need to actually switch the danger alarm. You need to switch it off again so that you can come back to safety, because safety is a prerequisite to be able to feel your body in more depth. So let's just look at the symptoms of collapse and of tension, so that you can more easily recognize the next time you are moving into this danger alarm situation in your practice. So symptoms of tension can be very subtle. It can be like a slight irritation, like impatience. Your thoughts are racing, you can't focus on your body because you're thinking about other things. It can be a little bit like sweating or wanting to move, or some kind of like tension. I guess you recognize what I'm talking about if you have tried ever some kind of meditation or slow embodiment practice that's like, it goes too slow, can we move a little bit faster, can we just breathe or move or run or something like that. At least I tend to go into this category when the danger alarm goes off for me. What can be even more difficult to detect is when we go into collapse, because here you will more likely feel like bored or even sleepy or disengaged, or like, this practice is completely meaningless, or just think. You can also think about other things, and more like being more like in a distracted state. You can also feel hazy or like blurry, or like mind fog, like you can't think clearly. Even you can have a sensation that your body is going numb, that you can't feel your body because it's kind of completely numb, and you're just sitting there very bored and disengaged. So those things can be really nice to be aware of, because when that happens, we might feel that this practice is not working, or I'm not progressing on this path, I can't feel my body more, I feel it less actually because it's going numb. But when this happens, it is a sign that you are progressing, because you are starting to nudge into some sensations in your body that you have kept under the surface to protect yourself for a very long time. So these are the subtle signals that the danger alarm is actually going off. So it might not feel like fear, or it might not feel like you're in a dangerous situation. You might just feel these subtle symptoms of disengagement, boredom, tension, a little bit irritation, a little bit anger or frustration, or like something is not, you're not satisfied in these states here. So when that happens, it is a sign that you might benefit from actually slowing down the practice, to notice and acknowledge like, okay, this is going on, I'm on the path, I'm moving actually closer to my body, even though it feels like I'm moving further away from it. So what can help to do then is to do something that is regulating your nervous system. For example, breathing a little bit slower, a little bit deeper, so that you kind of keep yourself alive and moving and a little bit engaged. So if you cannot feel your body, if you're going numb, for example, at least you can try to breathe a little bit slower and deeper, and like be curious about this numbness. If you're here and you get irritated and like restless, you can also try to breathe slower and a little bit fuller, and like be curious about this restlessness. Because when we cultivate curiosity, and when we really validate ourselves in these situations instead of making them wrong, when we validate it and include it into our experience and allow this experience also to be there, that is very much regulating for the nervous system, because when we validate ourselves there, maybe, you know, we had these experiences as young children and no one were there to validate us, and that is the reason why we cut ourselves off from this experience in the first place. So when we end up here and we start validating ourselves there, then we can come back to safety again. Okay, so I hope this was helpful for you. Now let's do a very short practice so that you can experience this yourself. And my invitation for you now is to be really curious about if you notice any of these symptoms. I can write them down just to make it really clear. Here in the tension state, you might feel irritation, restlessness, busy mind, and so on. Here in the collapsed state, we might feel disengagement. Oops. Boredom, foggy mind, numbness, okay, so if any of these symptoms come up for you now, please be as curious and compassionate as you possibly can and keep validating yourself in this experience. So this is just a short practice, just a few minutes, so that you can get like a more embodied understanding of what we just discussed. Okay, so if you want to, you can close your eyes. I will do that, then it's easier for me. If you are walking around while listening to this, please don't close your eyes. You can still do the practice, actually. Okay, so if your eyes are open or closed or whatever you're doing, now with your intention, bring your awareness inside your body. And you can start by noticing what is the strongest sensation you can feel in your body right now. And don't go looking for anything mystical or mysterious. My strongest sensation is very clearly my butt on the cushion that I'm sitting on. So just be honest and look for what is already there. And maybe the sensation stays the same, or maybe it moves around. For example, I'm noticing some itching on the left side of my forehead. You just keep exploring any sensation that is calling for your attention. Any sensation can work as an entry point to the felt sense of your body. Don't look for any meaningful or deep sensation. Just look for any sensation on the surface that you can actually feel already. Doing this simple body awareness practice moves your awareness from being aware of what's going on in your mind to being aware of what is going on in your body, whether it is on the surface or more deeper. Maybe you feel an old pain or ache in a joint or in a muscle, whatever it is. Just keep exploring. And now, as you do this, notice if you can feel any of the symptoms of boredom, restlessness, irritation, busy mind, numbness, disengagement, foggy mind. Anything that you would initially perhaps judge as bad or something that is disturbing your process of feeling your body. any of these things are here, include them into your experience of this practice. Include and validate whatever your experience is right now. If you want, you can also help your nervous system by breathing slightly slower and slightly deeper. Keep exploring. We will continue for 1 more minute. Notice if you feel impatient, or if this feels meaningless. Being curious about the sensations you feel in your body and your experience of being right where you are, exploring the sensations in your body. Do both. Okay, very good. Now, slowly prepare to come to the end of this practice. If you feel that you're really deep inside of yourself now, you might move a little bit. If you have been sitting still, just move a little bit and prepare your body to come back. If you had your eyes closed, you can gently open them. See if you can still be aware of some sensations going on in your body. You don't need to close your eyes and move into a meditation to explore the sensations of your body. The goal or the point of doing all of this is to actually be aware of our bodies in our daily lives when we are interacting and engaging in society. Okay, so now if this was challenging or difficult for you, or you ended up somewhere here and it was kind of disturbing or painful at some level, please be very gentle and compassionate with yourself now. Even if it was just a short practice, you can come in touch with the danger alarm and the discomfort of being there. So be gentle and compassionate with yourself and keep validating your experience. Trust that you are on the right path. If you keep bringing your awareness to your body, you are on the right path. This is the path forwards for humanity in this crisis that we are in. It is because we have disengaged or disconnected from our bodies that we are so disconnected from each other and from the nature that we are living in. So when we start connecting back to our bodies, we will restore our ability to connect truly with each other and with the nature and this whole planet. So thank you so much for showing up, doing the practice. Thank you for watching. If this was meaningful for you, you can subscribe to my newsletter and receive like longer guided audio sessions if you want to go deeper into the practice, and also subscribe to my channel if you want to watch the next episode. There we will go more into detail about these different inner and outer signals that can trigger the danger alarm and take us out of safety. So if you're curious about that, stay tuned.